Howdy folks, welcome back. I'm Trailblazer Tim. So a couple days ago I created a poll here on my YouTube page asking people what type of camping do you enjoy the most. 6% said staying at a campground, 11% car camping at state park, 78% primitive camping in forest, and 6% of none of the above out of 18 votes. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate do-it-yourself camp toilet. So usually back in the day what we would end up doing when we're camping out overnight and get up and have to go to the bathroom is we'd always bring ourselves some sort of a little foldable shovel, find somewhere to dig ourselves some sort of a hole and go ahead and squat over top of it. Other methods we've used in the past is finding a tree to lean up against for support and doing your business that way. Thus the reason why public campgrounds are so popular, because this allows families to bring their kids and everything else in and have the comforts and amenities of home, such as running water, sometimes electricity, as well as somewhere to use the bathroom and maybe take a shower. Now car camping is actually a great way of going out and enjoying the outdoors. Usually in a great deal of the state parks these days, they offer what's called primitive camping, which means it's dispersed camping that has little designated areas that have a fire pit and sometimes a picnic table, but no amenities such as running water or sewer. True dispersed primitive camping, such as putting a big pack on your back and loading it down as much as you can and hiking out to a distant location where you're away from everything. There is no amenities, no fire pits, no nothing. So this is when it gets more difficult. Thus bringing us back to the whole concept of having to squat when you have to go to the bathroom in the woods. None of us are getting younger. A lot of people don't have good knees that can't do that kind of stuff, let alone trying to get back up, or if they fall and they land in the mess and stuff. So a lot of these people that would love to camp are detoured from this idea because it just isn't feasible. It also makes a great deal of sense why a lot of women, nothing against women, don't want to come out camping like this, because going to the bathroom is a private business kind of thing. Men are more, if I've got to go, number one, I'm going to find a tree and I'm going to stand behind it and do that. Number two, hey, it's camping, let's go. But women want to have a little bit of the comforts at home. In today's video, I'm going to show you the best way to do that. Now, if you're car camping and you have the ability to park your vehicle somewhere and hike in maybe 100 feet or so and you're at camp, the way to start is to bring yourself an old 5-gallon plastic bucket. Next thing you're going to want to do is bring yourself some grocery bags or a heavy-duty garbage bag. Double them up in this case. I'm going to set it down inside of that bucket like so. We're going to kind of wrap it around the ring of this 5-gallon bucket. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 5-gallon bucket and we're going to take and pop one of the ends out of the handle like that. See that? Then we're going to go ahead and take our toilet paper. We're going to slide it through that roll, something like that, and put the handle back together the way that it was. So now you're looking at something like that. At this time you want to grab yourself a pool noodle, or because I am a plumber, I'm using flexible foam pipe wrap. Now at this point I've deciphered that my toilet is going to be with the toilet paper to the front. I'm going to take my piece of pipe wrap or pool noodle and we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap that around the top lid. Something like that. Last but not least, to keep the mess down, we're going to grab either a little bit of dirt, but in this case a little bit of sand. We're going to put it down inside of that bag. Something like that. That's kind of what you're working with. Not too bad. Let's give it a try. Nice and comfy. Let's not forget some reading material. Now cleanup is a breeze. It's Always a good idea though to bring yourself in some sort of disposable gloves. Simply take your pool noodle off of here, grab your bags, tie them shut. It's no different than walking the dog and having to pick up after you. Now, I don't know about y'all, but every time I've had to do my business out in the wild, you can wipe and wipe and wipe, you just don't ever seem to feel very clean. Not a bad idea to bring in a couple moist towelettes to help clean things up a little bit and feel a little cleaner. Now, this great concept probably won't be very feasible if you're planning on hiking 2-3 miles out in the middle of nowhere where it's not feasible to bring a bucket with you. But I have other things that can help along the way if that's what you're planning on doing. Now, how about if you wake up in the morning and have your coffee and stuff and all of a sudden you gotta go, but you walk out and it's raining. No one wants to wipe their behind with wet toilet paper. Here's an idea. Try getting yourself a plastic creamer or coffee container such as this. You want to take and cut yourself a slot through the middle. Also draw yourself out a couple holes and slide and tie knots from the inside a piece of jute twine. This time, put your toilet paper roll inside, close the lid. Now, draw that paper through the slot and you've got a dispenser and a way of keeping that TP dry when you're out there on a rainy morning. Also, with that jute twine that you have, now you can just hang this up off the tree next to wherever you're doing your business like that. Now you can just roll your paper out, whatever it is you need. Oh, one important tip about doing this concept with the toilet paper and stuff, when you get this all put together and everything, it's the best idea to not put a whole roll of toilet paper in there, more like 1/2 to 2/3, because if it's a full roll, it's not going to spin around when you try to disperse it out of the slots, causing that paper to break. But if it's a smaller roll, it'll roll around easier in there, allowing you to disperse your toilet paper without it tearing. Not to mention the fact you can take this concept and you clip it on to a carabiner. That way, you can bring it in with you without having to bring a bucket. Well, hey, that's all the time we got for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching the video. I like to talk about real things, and hopefully I didn't disgust everybody out there. But believe it or not, so many people out there won't go out overnight camping outside of a campground because they don't want the horror of having to find somewhere to use the bathroom, let alone squatting, getting something to crawl on you, or having bad knees not be able to get up. This little concept is easy, it's quite cleanly because you can just clean it up like you would clean up a mess your dog left on the yard. And on top of it, it's under $10 and it's comfortable on the behind, and this way you can have a good feeling when it's time to go. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next adventure. Take care. Oh, by the way, leave no trace, take out your waste.